throw me a frickin' bone here.
Snap out.
What, a hot older woman made you feel her pants?
3, 2, 1, and we are live. Welcome, ladies and gents and folks. What's going on? Today, we're going over Drug Lords. Now, this is a Netflix original series, and this was just insane. Okay, my favorite episode is the one with Pablo Escobar. Okay, so this is 4 episodes, and they're each about an hour long, or 45 minutes-ish. And one of them is about Pablo Escobar, one of them is about the Cali Cartel, one of them is about Frank Lewis and the Country Boys, and then the Pettigill clan in Australia. My 2 favorite ones were the Pablo Escobar one and the Pettigill clan one, because the Pettigill clan one, they were Australian. So you get these Australian gangsters, like throwing around heroin and then doing all sorts of chaos. And the police are trying to like capture him and capture evidence, and then he's like working around search and seizure laws and all kinds of stuff. So that one was super interesting. And then the Pablo Escobar one was insane too, because they have all of his home footage, and he's like in Mexico, or maybe it's Colombia, I don't remember, but he's got jet skis in this lake. And then it shows like him and all of his buddies, everybody, probably his family too, on motorcycles. And then he has just this convoy of motorcycles, and they're just driving through this dirt road. And you're just like, oh my God, this guy, oh my God, he has so much money. And and it showed like the infiltration of him with policy and how he was being able to untouch. Is really, he's a super sharp, smart drug cartel. So like you get to see him do all of that and like manipulate policy and stuff. So it was really interesting just to see hear the history of it all, and the progression of Reagan with the war on drugs and everything. And here's the if you're watching on YouTube live, there's the convoy of motorcycles that just played. And then this guy had a zoo. He had a zoo. Had his own hippos. He brought his own hippos in. So I want to know how. First and foremost, I laughed so hard when I saw that he had hippos and zebras everywhere. I don't know why. I just laughed. Okay, so it was just mind-blowing. The guy had a zoo. What I want to know is the dudes who caught the hippos. How do you catch hippos? You're a hippo catcher? How do you catch hippos? Trank darts, maybe? I don't even know. But yeah, so I was just blown away at this whole series. The 2 ones, the Australian one, they were Australian. The Pettigill, I recommend those 2. They were the funniest. But yeah, Drug Lords on Netflix. It was so cool. And Netflix has created like this subset genre of like docu-series and then drug-based series as well. And then so like Dope was one of them that I just reviewed not too long ago. That was really, really cool. That was more contemporary. This is more past drug cartel, gangsters, and mob stuff. So really fascinating stuff, and you get kind of like a interesting perspective on how the times were and the policy that was put in place, and then drug enforcement operations as well. So that was really freaking cool just to check out if you like that stuff. If you liked Narcos or if you liked Dope, you would like this show. Even if you liked if that sounds like that type of genre where it's like an actual true sequence of events, and then they put like real footage within side of it too. It was really, really fascinating to see all this. So yeah, Frank Lewis and the Country Boys was all right. Cali Cartel, it was also okay, but my 2 favorites for sure were 1 and 4. Episodes 1 and 4. So check those out if you'd like. Do not forget to subscribe on YouTube and iTunes. If you want to support the podcast, do not hesitate to review us on iTunes. And also, if you want to start your own podcast, I created the Podcast Publisher. It's all the information you would need in order to start your own podcast when it comes to hosting, equipment, setup, submitting your podcast to iTunes, all of that jazz. So check that out if you'd like. That is available right now. You can even use Bitcoin to buy it. So you can go to socialcreative.org/podcast. Check that out. It's really good information. It's not expensive, so check it out if you'd like. And if you want to get a free subscription, or free trial, rather, to Audible, go to audibletrial.com/America. check that out. Love Audible. I use it a lot. I'm re-listening to Super Intelligence by Nick Bostrom. I got the book too, so I'm gonna review that soon too. So check that out. A lot of good stuff to come. So stay tuned. If you want to support the podcast in another way, feel free to talk about it on your own blog or podcast, or just share it. Share it on the social medias, man. So thank you so much. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye 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 bye.
I've been frozen for 30 years, okay? Throw me a frickin' bone here.
Snap out. What, a hot over roll made you feel your pants? I'm crying out.
You don't have the technology or the steady hand to pull off a procedure like that, so ha!
You grown folks, son, if you don't see it.